This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
I just wanted to make it look like it was frozen for a second. I am Tim Melton, and this is the Meltdown. Tyler was actually very worried about me, and I appreciate that. I could see the concern on your face. Tyler Lionel Johns is here. How are you?
I'm good. You gave me a little scare there. I was like, I just pointed at Tim. Did he not see it?
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to be a little goofy today. It's a fun Friday. That's what's in the air right now. EG is here.
Hey.
EG, it's a beautiful weekend coming up.
Oh, it is my favorite weekend of the year.
It is a lovely weekend as well for wrestling fans, for Easter fans, for movie fans. There's a little something for
Baseball
everybody.
fans?
Uh,
Oh, there's baseball this weekend too, Tim.
yeah, I just no, it's
I
not
mean,
the
I guess it's a good weekend unless you're a Braves fan. or
that's what I
something.
was that you set
There's the
yourself
White
up.
Sox.
See, now you trying to make someone who's not here hurt and feel your pain along with them.
I'm going to the game tomorrow, actually.
I know you are. And like the most excited I've seen you guys is about what food you'll be partaking in there at the game.
Yeah,
Because
fifth inning nachos.
Braves are not expected to win the series, right?
No. No.
Have they won back-to-back games so far this season?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just keep smiling through the pain. That's the key. Yeah. But,
Anyways.
EG, for those that don't know, she hosts a Braves podcast here on Disrupt Media, on the Disrupt Media YouTube channel, as well as her personal Twitter account, which you can check out there at MEG Sports.
Yeah, underscore sport.
I was going to say it, but then I was worried if there's not an underscore, I'm going to get destroyed. But MEG underscore sports.
Yes.
So anyway, check that out. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they get sad about the Braves. Ush.
If Tim's horrible misspelling of EG's Twitter handle has you confused, you can always just go to the description of any Meltdown video and click on the link. There's
Amen.
links to all of our Twitter pages.
Look at that Tyler coming in clutch. He's a closer.
Closer.
That's a baseball reference. So Ush is your cohort on the Pennant Grace.
Yeah.
He was here with us yesterday. I appreciate you letting us sort of share him there as he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, which he earned somehow, some way, and kicked you out of the studio. And
Thanks, Tim.
he and Brian Pavlik did a rundown of greatest WrestleManias of all time yesterday. And Pavlik also shared all of his thoughts on WrestleMania 41, which is this weekend. I'm very excited about that. We're not going to talk a ton about wrestling today because that full preview is there for you to enjoy from yesterday. But we always appreciate Brian Pavlik and Ush being here in the Culver studio. Two great guys, EG.
No, absolutely. And both of them are very gracious with their time, energy, and efforts towards really whatever we have going on up here, especially the Meltdown. And of course, Ush with the Pennant Grace. But two people that you definitely need to buy stock in if you have not already. They are incredible, and I'm very appreciative.
I consider them to be the highest forms of cryptocurrency that you can invest in.
Yes.
Tyler, I know that you get along with him too, and even when Pavlik is making you watch wrestling matches, it's even still a good time.
Yeah, they always bring just a lot of fun up to the studio when they come up here, whether they're recording or not. Off camera, they're just as fun as they are on camera and just as cheerful, and we love them for that. They genuinely make our days brighter.
Wow, that is a beautiful thing to say, and it's not even, it's not even like a birthday card where you have to write something. It's just like truly from the heart, and that means a lot. I'm sure to those guys. We'll hear later from them maybe. We also have our good buddy Hunter Bussey coming up to the Culver studio today, as Hunter is going to be helping us with a spoiler-filled review of Sinners, which we got a chance to see yesterday. We'll be giving our non-spoiler review here on the live show, so that way you don't have to worry about anything if you want to go see the movie. I promise you, we will give away less than Sinners has through their second trailer. If you haven't watched that second trailer, avoid it.
Stay away from it.
That is the main reason that I can't give this film a perfect score, is like that trailer spoiled so many things for me. And it really took away some of the enjoyment of the film because I knew it was coming. It's like, for me, that's an issue when I know narratively, okay, we haven't gotten to this yet. This is a big reveal. And the second trailer did that. The first trailer would have been fine if that's what I had going in. I had enough of the story and everything, but that's pesky second trailer. It always gets me. But We went and saw this yesterday in separate showing, separate theaters. You went to the Prime Theater to
I
watch
did.
this. How was the sound design in that? Because I would
Oh,
think it was.
fantastic, impeccable, outstanding.
I'm jealous. I've got to see it in Prime.
Oh, yes, you definitely need to. This is the best soundtrack I've heard in a film this year. Best score for the non-vocal stuff. It's Ludwig Göransson from the Oppenheimer score doing this one.
He's
And
also worked in the Creed franchise. He's
oh,
worked with
okay.
Michael Coogler, Ryan Coogler. I was going to say Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, which is true.
Yeah, you worked with both of them in Creed franchise.
Creed franchise, as well as I believe he did like. Am I correct in that he did like Book of Boba Fett? He did Book of Boba Fett, I believe.
That
He's done
sounds
some
right.
Star Wars stuff. Mandalorian, I believe he's done. So I mean, his stuff has been popping.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Tenet, Turning Red, and Fruitvale Station. Oh, so long history with
There we
both
go.
Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
And you're right. The music in this is a character. It pops. I'm just going to cut to the chase here first. If you can't already tell, Sinners is the best movie I've seen this year. I think
So good.
Tyler agrees. And it's so, I got to tell you guys this. I got to tell you. I've been so excited to talk about this movie today. And I'm going to keep it all spoiler free here. But it starts off slow. I mean, it starts off real slow. Like snail's pace, but it's all intentional. And it's worth it.
Oh, yeah. You actually care about all the characters in this film. You know who they are by the time things start to heat up.
Yeah.
And it just pays off so well.
I think there's going to be people who give up on this movie before it really starts to hit its stride that think like, man, I don't know, this thing's the most overhyped thing I've ever seen. Man, Sinners, if you go through the whole route, and it's not just start to finish, it's start to finish, then more. Like there's stuff you got to stick around for,
Mm-hmm.
and that's more of a warning to make sure you're not getting up. Half of my theater probably left before getting what is the actual finale to the film in the credits. So you need to make sure you stick around for that. But man, such a strong ensemble, so many performances. I'm not sure there's a weak link in the movie,
No,
performance wise.
no, there was nobody that I really had any critiques for. Michael B. Jordan is fantastic in this dual role as Smoke and Stack, two brothers with two totally different personalities. He plays them both very well. Miles Catan, absolute standout in this.
First film
Yeah,
role ever.
first credit ever, I believe.
This kid,
Wow. Just walking up and just knocking it out of the park. It's amazing. He has an incredible voice. He gives a great performance in this, and I love the story in this. It feels like it expands on the whole Robert Johnson story. If you're familiar with him, the king of Mississippi Delta blues
mm,
that was rumored to sell his soul to the devil in exchange for guitar talent. And
it did have a Devil Went Down to Georgia sort of feel to it, and like it's really got a lot of like. This is the movie that should have been called "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou." I mean, this is the one that title works
well,
perfectly for this, and it's
that would work.
yeah. This is like if you were to take "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" and the vampire musical from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and blend them together and just dose up the X-ratedness of it. It's a super wild movie on paper. And when you're going through the experience, it's just got so many layers.
I was getting a little bit of I believe it's Fright Night vibes from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, I cannot wait to get into the spoiler review because there's so much I want to talk about. But just from the outside looking in, is this a movie that we can recommend wholeheartedly here on the Meltdown? Yes. If there's any negatives that I would have about it, it's the marketing for the,
Marketing.
the
Oh
second
yeah.
trailer, like really shows too much. It's very frustrating.
I also think they've played up the horror aspects of this movie way too much.
That's there may be some disappointed horror movie fans that once again with that sort of slow crawl that may not feel as gratified as maybe they thought they would.
Hmm.
But I
And that's what I mentioned in my short. Like, if you're expecting like a tight paced vampire movie,
yeah,
like this isn't it. If you're walking in expecting like 30 Days of Night, you walked into the wrong movie.
I think this movie has this is a weird criticism. It's too good. Hear me out. It's got too many good things. And because it's got too many good things, it feels stuffed. It's like eating a really good meal, like a really good buffet.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you eat and you love what you're eating, but you also feel unsatisfied because you fill up too quick. And
You can't get to everything you want.
yeah. And that's how I felt with Sinners. It's got so much to the point where people, I think, were literally exhausted by the end of it, which is why they missed the end of it. Like you can't miss the end of it. You got to stick around. But I think people, if there's any major criticism, is so good that it's like nothing got trimmed here. Nothing was left. That every plate was full that was
Mhm.
being served, and the pacing was just a little bit off because it just was throwing so much at the wall. There are 15 genres within this movie,
Absolutely.
and it's a positive if you are like someone like us who wants to deep dive into each one of them separately and enjoy them all separately. And, but for the general movie going public, I mean, this is an exhausting ride, Sinners. And I am very curious to see what the consensus is going to be from the general public. I think it's going to be overwhelmingly positive, but I do think that for a lot of people, they're going to be like, this just is way, way too much. And, movies shouldn't be this overstuffed with goodies. Like there's a lot of sugar to eat here that's on display. So I really, really like the movie and I will be seeing it again. I think it's a
Yeah.
movie that benefits from a second watch.
I think so too. I was planning on going to see it again.
Yeah.
There's so much I'd like to just revisit and look at a second time and pick up on any more symbolism.
Is it a gangster movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a crime movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a Western?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a monster movie?
Also, yeah.
Yeah. Is it a romance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it you know, a period piece? It is. I mean, it's just like is it a comedy? At times. And it works. For some reason,
Oh, I don't know about your screening, but my crowd was laughing out loud, hysterically at some points in the film.
there's one moment that I laughed. I was the laugher of the group, and there's one moment that I laughed really loud.
Was it
Oh.
Delroy Lindo?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was incredible.
Yep. There was one moment I was not expecting. And when he yells what he yells, I'm like, "Ah!" Pulled a boomer. I was in the back row doing it. I was even on the boomer side. Boomer was with me in spirit. Boomer still, by the way, is very much still alive, we think. And we just like to honor his essence.
If you're watching live, Boomer,
Yeah.
send a message in the chat for proof of life.
Yeah. If you're watching alive, Boomer, please let us know. But
That too.
we would love to hear from you again. But no, it's a great movie. Now, you know, so a lot of people are calling it a masterpiece. Okay. Tyler is one of those. Okay.
I don't know who'd do that.
But like, how do you call something? I mean, this is a genuine question, I
Yeah.
guess. How do you, I was high off this movie too coming out, but like, how do you call it a masterpiece and then give it a 4 out of 5? Like,
I said 4 to 4.5.
still, I mean, wouldn't a masterpiece be a clear 5 out of 5? That's,
Not necessarily, I don't think.
I think a masterpiece. I mean, that's like perfection, right? I don't know. I'm
Even
definitely.
masterpieces have imperfections, Tim.
I didn't think masterpieces did. I thought that's why they were called masterpieces.
No, you celebrate the imperfections.
Oh, okay, got it. Um, what is your biggest gripe about this movie without getting into spoiler territory?
Um, my score could honestly go up after revisiting
Yep.
this because walking in, I had those stupid preconceived notions of this being a full-on vampire movie. It's not that. It's barely that. It doesn't turn into that until much later. This is a movie that blends so many different genres very well. And like you said, it is overstuffed at times. And I think that might be my one criticism of it is that it almost tries to make a megalopolis style endeavor. And that's just a lot for a movie. Megalopolis completely flopped, but this is amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
it made like $8.5 million last night in previews, which is great for a movie like this.
oh yeah, for
And
any Thursday night preview, I'd say that's solid.
very solid. It's very much playing towards adults. And, it's a great date night movie.
I think so.
It is. It's a great date night movie. It's going to get people in there, and I'm excited about that. But I'm with you. I think there's an edit of this movie that's a little bit better. And that's sort of, I mean, it's overstuffed. It gets a little repetitive at times, just slightly.
And I thought all of the ideas, even the ones that do make it overstuffed, are good ideas and are executed well. It's just trying to fit it all in one movie is tough
Yep.
because there were quite a few times last night where I thought the movie was over and then it kept going and it's like, oh, okay, it's still cooking, and then I thought it was over again, still kept going, and then the credits came and I'm like, now it's definitely over.
Yeah.
No, and it's still not over.
Yeah, I'm all about this. I've been listening to the soundtrack all day. It's been on my mind. I've been looking at the themes. There's a certain depth to all the characters, even some characters that aren't on screen for very long. There's a certain depth to them. The character work in this is treated with so much care, and like you feel that, and that's the thing that makes the movie work. And you got to trust Coogler that he's going to get you to where he needs to get you by introducing everybody the way he introduces everybody. It's a masterclass in care for a character, and characters, and ensemble, and all these groups of people. So lots to be excited about with Sinners. We hope that if you are interested in this type of fare, that you check it out. E.g., I do not believe this will be the movie that will make you a horror movie fan.
That's okay. I'm willing to sit it out.
I appreciate that. Thank you for taking one for the team there.
Okay.
And I was surprised there was not as much gambling in the movie as I thought there would be.
Yeah, I mean, they did say they were like having that as part of the club, and you see some shots of it, but not too much. Um, this movie had I'm forgetting the name of it, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie and Scorsese movie.
Yeah,
Lily Gladstone,
yeah,
the Osage Tribe,
yeah. Why are we absolutely drawing a blank? Just look it up. What's happening to us? Definitely had that.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yes, this had a very Killers of the Flower Moon feel at points, the way the characters were being introduced,
Yeah.
and where that movie, I think, is way, 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 way too bloated, and it gets to the point where you just start rooting for the characters, rooting for the worst fates imaginable, just so you can get out of that movie. Uh, Sinners, you really do deeply care about all the characters in the town, and you're invested in seeing what happens
Yep.
in all of their
It's
relationships.
got that exact same vibe. That's a great pull. And when you look at actor director combos, like great actor director combos, Scorsese and DiCaprio
Mhm.
constantly get brought up. Coogler and Jordan have to be a part of that conversation,
Absolutely.
if not at the very top of that conversation. Like, like you look at those two movies, Killers of the Flower Moon, and you look at this movie, Sinners, and it's like night and day the result of what you get out of those two. And, I would put Coogler, and if I'm going to see one of those two next, Scorsese and DiCaprio or Coogler and Jordan, give me the Coogler Jordan movie. And I never thought I'd say that because I think that Leonardo DiCaprio is the best actor alive today. I really do think that. But, I just wonder if that ship has sailed, if we've gotten their best stuff and there's nothing else left to get there.
I mean, Tarantino always did say that old directors aren't good
True.
directors.
It's true. All right. We appreciate everybody here in the chat. Once again, we cannot give enough credit to Sinners for being a movie that we fully believe in. So let us know if you plan to see it. We will have a full spoiler review out for you this weekend for you to enjoy. If you go see the movie, you can pair it up with our full spoiler thoughts. It's like we almost watched the movie together. It's a fun time. We also have, Tyler, tons of trailer reactions out there for people to enjoy, including a little known film that's coming out later this year called Eddington that we did a trailer reaction for. I was surprised the Eddington trailer was not in front of my center screening because it does seem like it's trying to pull from the same crowd there. but we also have a 28 years later trailer that dropped that is in front of Sinners very purposefully, and I'm excited that that's out there too.
I'm glad you got to see it in the theater. I barely made my showtime for Sinners because um my showtime was scheduled for it right after the meltdown ended, and there's a little bit of traffic. So I unfortunately made it in time to see Stitch tell everybody how not to act in a theater. But I missed the 28 years later trailer in the Prime Theater. I really would have enjoyed it.
So John Saber is in our chat, and I have to know if Saber has seen Sinners yet because I've been anxiously on Saber watch for when he's seen this movie because I think it's going to play a lot to his sensibilities, and I think he's going to watch a director that he's already a believer in do magical things on the screen. Because there's one sequence in particular, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore specifically. There's one sequence in particular that just is mind blowing that he was able to pull it off. And we'll talk about it more in the spoiler review. I don't want to talk about it here, but anyway, I want to know from Saber says yes, he has seen it. Okay, that's good.
All right.
I get too excited about people I like seeing movies that I think that they'll like, and I think Saber has to be high on this. But I'm excited. Okay, let's get into the chat. We've got more of it here. I'm going to start off at the top. We got Eric asking if I have any thoughts on the WrestleMania stage. Now, I have seen some leaks. I've seen some in construction photos, but I have not seen the final WrestleMania stage here. And so I don't know for sure exactly what it looks like. But some of the renderings I saw looked like there was going to be a huge Vegas hotel above the stage, and the stage looks massive from the way it's being built. But I'm going to try to take a look here. I know, EG, while I
Yeah.
look this up, you have been kind of jonesing to get to Vegas here very soon.
Yeah, I have. I feel like our poker club has definitely influenced me in that regard. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing
You're
when it
welcome.
comes to that. No, but I want to go. I've been once. I was in high school. And it was actually so for a little bit, we had a tradition during Thanksgiving that me and my immediate family and one of my grandmas, excuse me, would take a Thanksgiving trip to a city that we normally wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
So to New Orleans, I think I've shared that on here, but one of those cities was Vegas. So I was in high school, so I haven't really been able to appreciate it to its full. I saw some shows, with like the Grand Canyon, all that kind of stuff, but I remember enjoying it then. Good food too, good buffets.
Well, you should be able to enjoy it way more now
I know,
in
because I
this day
remember,
and
like,
age.
walking on the casino floor and, like, obviously we couldn't, like we had, like, pass through and everything was, like, so cool, like, the carpet was all patterned and good shopping too in Vegas.
Well, I have now seen the official WrestleMania stage, and it's like I said, it's got the hotel there above the stage. It's really high up off the ground for sure, and it looks very glitzy and glamorous, just like anything Vegas should. So I'm a fan of the stage. I look forward to seeing how it's put into effect with all the entrances that we're going to get. I will be glued to the television and I will be on my couch watching two things. One will be WrestleMania day one and day two. The other will be EG's social media feed to see what she's eating at the Braves game because that has now become a big thing that I have to be on watch for.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't done, like, a game day Braves game because I feel like it's almost like, I don't know, second nature, you know what I mean? Whereas these college football games are, like, I don't know, just a little different. So I'm gonna do a Braves one, and we're gonna see what exciting things I can deliver to you guys on day in the life while we visit Truett.
And that'll be debuting like
Overnight.
in real
In
time,
real time,
basically.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all aren't going to hold it for Tuesday.
No.
Good.
No,
That
no,
makes me
no.
happy.
What kind of signature
Mm.
items do they serve there?
Their barbecue, they've got a ton of
Okay.
different barbecue options. They've got the nachos, which I love. Chick-fil-A shouldn't be a main item, but it kinda is because I feel like it's Atlanta. They've got
Right.
good burgers. They've got, funnel cake, but it's, like, in, like, piece form almost,
Okay.
like
Yeah, yeah.
bites.
Funnel cake bites.
They have a few new things. They have, like, this, like, giant hot dog, like, combo situation. I haven't tried that, but there's not as many crazy combinations as, like, some of the other ballparks that you see, like the
I
cotton
gotcha.
candy what was it? Cotton candy mozzarella sticks or something?
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds disgusting.
sounds nasty.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let us know how that
I
goes
will.
this weekend. We will be monitoring along. Let's see here. We have Smuff saying, sitting at Culver's getting late lunch, including onion rings.
Wow.
Is there a prouder Meltdonian than Smuff? I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think everybody else in the chat needs to try to be a little bit more like Smuff.
Agreed.
That's what we need to do. Shame everyone else. That's what I loved about teachers.
I'm not shaming everyone else. I'm saying that Smuff is just
Yeah.
a little bit better.
Yeah. We have Jeff in the chat, not my brother-in-law, a different Jeff. This is we're just going to call him Chat Jeff instead of brother-in-law Jeff. Chat Jeff says, Unforgiven was a similar slow burn, but really sticks the landing. I'm not the biggest fan of like Westerns, but I'm a big fan of sort of the Western flavor we get in Sinners for sure. I can't stop thinking about Sinners. I just want to talk about it. I'm currently just ready to go see it again. I want to see it in prime with that sound design. I cannot wait.
And I want to get some. I want to stop by Champy's beforehand and get some of those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales because there was a shot of like the street in town and there was a tamale shop and that was the first thing I noticed.
The production design in this movie blew me away. Production design, costume design,
yes,
all the technical awards. Come on now, throw this movie in there.
If it's not nominated for something,
yeah.
I don't know what because we haven't gotten the full slate of movies,
right?
But I imagine this stands out in some area.
Something.
Okay,
I'm with you. I know it's April, and I know we just basically had an award ceremony, but production design, set design, costume design, something. Let's make it happen. All right, let's see here. Nick, I wanted to stop by Culver's a couple of weeks ago, Smuff, on my trip over, but work decided to change everything and all the meeting times, and I never got to stop.
Oh.
Man, that breaks my heart. It breaks Pavlik's heart. It breaks everybody's heart when that kind of thing happens. But Nick, you're going to make your way to Culver's of Hoover or Culver's of Birmingham. You're going to have a great time and get one of their butter burgers. Enjoy the onion rings. That's Tyler's big recommendation. I still think the fries.
Fries are delicious.
People don't talk enough about the fries. Those fries are amazing. Ush likes the fish sandwich. You really can't go wrong with anything there at Culver's. And then, oh, by the way, you just had a lovely meal. You've got the concrete that you can eat there. You got the custard. You got just lovely items there.
I'm a malt fan myself.
It's good.
You can't go wrong.
Hunter Bussy, give Ryan Coogler Blade, exclamation point. Why would Ryan Coogler want Blade? Like, that's my thing.
I mean, unless we're talking about just taking the entire Mahershala Ali Blade production and just throwing that in the trash can and restarting anew with Wesley Snipes, then no. And also, I don't see Ryan Coogler stepping into that dumpster fire of a production.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. One group though that's pretty good with the Blade, that's the team at Alabama Dental Associates. I had some Blade work done there at Alabama Dental, and let me tell you, pain management key with any dentist.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be in agony when you're at the dentist. I have been in agony. They ripped out the wrong tooth at another dentist that I went to a decade ago. And it was brutal. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness the problem is fixed. And then I'm in the car and I'm like, what's this pain I'm feeling? Oh, it's because I'm still in pain from my other tooth that never got worked on. What the heck is going on? And it made me turn my back on dentistry and the profession because I'm like, can't trust any of them. Well, that's not the case. I was wrong. Because you can trust the team at Alabama Dental Associates. Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, Dr. Nolan, over on Grants Mill Road. They have restored my faith in dentistry, and they will do that for you. Yes, I used to think all dentists were sinners, but now I have seen the light. A very bright light that they put over you as they work on your mouth, and that's what they do there at the dentist. 205-956-8977. I should have cashed out when I had a perfect game going. You know what it's like, E.G.
Yeah, the Braves know what it's like too.
Score a lot of runs and all of a sudden still a loss somehow.
Yeah.
Never a loss at alabamadental.com, where they look forward to seeing you. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Very active chat today, and we appreciate that. We've got Charles in the chat. You guys may have touched on it, but thoughts on Star Wars, Starfighter, and Ryan Gosling? We have not touched on it yet. There was Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo, where they're trying to get everybody sort of geared up for Star Wars fandom, and they had to take it overseas because here we're all so numb to all the Star Wars garbage that we've gotten. It's pretty bad when like the most hyped thing that people are about Star Wars right now is a re-release of Episode 3. Like, that's the thing that's got the most people currently excited. I'm not taking my shots. I'm a Star Wars fan. I've been through the pain with you. We all witnessed The Acolyte. It was not pretty. Andor season 2 coming out. Like, that's got people excited, except the problem is not enough people watch Andor season 1 to get truly excited for it, including me. But when it comes to this movie, you've got the right pedigree of talent. You know, Sean Levy, who did Deadpool and Wolverine, made $1 billion for Disney, probably got a chance to pick whatever he wanted to do next, and he believes in this project. Ryan Gosling is the star and the face of this project. But your girl, Mikey Madison, big headline a couple days ago was Mikey Madison gets offered part in this movie, and she goes, "Nah, I'm good." That's like, that's not good for the promotional aspect of the Star Wars movie. Maybe good for Mikey Madison in the long term, but not good for the Star Wars movie. What's your take on the current state of Star Wars? Because it feels like the Star Wars universe and the MCU are kind of in the same boat right now.
I don't think it's the cool kids table anymore. It's just kind of like, oh, that's what you're doing. You want to play around in a blue box all day and then just go home and not actually care about your craft.
Mm.
And Mikey Madison just seems like the type of actress that really wants to forge a path and be seen as a very talented actress who is sort of above comic book schlock and Star Wars and stuff like that.
I mean, there are several notable Oscar winners who have gone that route. Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously, has gone that route. Timothy Chalamet has gone that route of I'm going to avoid superhero movies and I'm going to avoid, really big sort of. I mean, I say that. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's kind of avoided that big sort of IP. I mean, Wonka was the most we've gotten him into a commercialized aspect to where he's playing a very fantastical character. I don't consider Dune to be a part of that because it's really treated as a sci-fi epic.
Yeah, and Dune, like, you could compare it to Star Wars, but Dune's a thinking man's Star Wars.
Yeah, that's such a lame take. I mean, you're right in that all the Dune fanatics say that, and you're one of them. But everyone talks about how dumb Star Wars is dumbed down Dune, but Star Wars is a more fun, like clearly more successful version of Dune. Like, I mean, it's the popular version of Dune, basically.
It's you make it simple for the mass audience.
E.g., this is about to be a nerd fight. Are you prepared to jump in? Protect us?
But I will let you guys duel it out.
You got the hammer over there. You could lay down the hammer and we would start to get in the line. But
Or I could throw Mr.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Culver's Curdsworth.
Culver's Curdsworth. Whoever
Good.
is holding Mr. Curdsworth gets to talk.
Okay.
How about that?
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should be bad, but no, I mean Tyler loves Dune, and I love what used to be Star Wars that has now turned into a trash compactor that we're all stuck in. But hopefully that gets fixed sometime very soon. But yeah, we saw it. Not much to chew on. I mean, they're in pre-production. Production starts this fall. They start shooting this fall, and
It will be Mikey Madison-less.
it will be Mikey Madison-less. And the only way a story like that gets out is if Mikey Madison's people wants it to get out and drive up her demands, her asking price for smaller fare to where she can maybe stay in that sort of award circle that she seems to have found a place in. I know Demi Moore's been talking recently about losing the Oscar to Mikey Madison, saying that she expected to.
Yeah.
Like she said, she told her agent, like, I'm going to lose to Mikey Madison. And that ended up happening. So we're still on a Nora 4K watch. Have you gotten your Nora 4K?
I haven't gotten it.
Keep us posted.
I will.
Every day I'm going to try to ask. Let's see here. We got more in the chat.
Oh, Saber says the costumes for Sinners were done by Ruth E. Carter, who won for Black Panther.
Oh, I hope 2-time Oscar winner because the costume design in this is so important to make the characters really stand out even more. And I thought it was fantastic. So I need Saber's full take on Sinners, and I don't think he's going to share that in the chat, but I need that. That's what I need.
I feel like a rewatch would be so nice to do for like color theory and stuff because like one brother has like red everything and the other has blue.
Yeah.
So I'd like to revisit it if just for that purpose alone.
Yeah, for sure. There's so much to jump in there. Let's see here. Hunter says EG will run a Vegas 10K table easily. That's scary in a poker environment. Or she's scary in a poker environment. You do have a certain intensity that you dial up when you're playing poker.
Yeah.
What does poker bring out in you that is not unlocked by other everyday activities?
I think the competitiveness. It's like back to my lacrosse days.
Yeah.
Something to win, tangible,
Yeah.
clear path to defeat.
You haven't hit anybody in the face yet, though.
No, I haven't. Not yet. I mean, that could happen. But
You
I
haven't
like
given her a stick to hit anybody
That's
in the
true.
face yet.
That's true. I'll tell you, there's dealers. These are my least favorite types of dealers at the poker table, and you're going to run across one eventually in your, need to play sort of way that you're in. But they have a little grabber.
A
It's
grabber?
it's a stick.
Is it a little like horseshoe on the end, kind of?
It's a hand.
A hand.
Typically, it's a hand that I've seen. It's like a little hand. So it's just like some dealers have short arms, so they can't collect all the chips with their arm
Are you
length,
serious?
and they get very upset if you don't push your chips far enough because
They
they
bring out the grabby
they
hand?
grab that grabber hand and they catch it and pull it in, and it's in
The way you did your arm there, it made me think they had like the little squishy gel hands that are sticky
Oh, and
out
like
of the
slap
Culver
it.
machines. That's the way you did that. Like you're just slapping the chips and bringing them in with that.
one of those is currently hanging on our wall at home because my daughter, every Friday night for family movie night, I take her to the store and there's a little quarter machine that has those little sticky hands. And I'm like, do not get one of those. And by the time I'm saying do not get one, she's already cranked out one of those sticky hands that ends up,
Ugh.
getting stuck to the wall. And I hate those things. Those things are
They're
disgusting.
so nasty.
They
You
hit
pick
one
up
thing.
and it's like covered in hair and fuzz. Ugh.
They pick up every little
Hate it.
piece of lint and hair,
And like crumbs.
dust, crumbs.
Yeah. So I hate those things.
Yeah.
And, we're actively, I think they've gone up to 50 cents even now. I'm
Really?
like, yeah.
I don't know. I'm siding with Chloe on this.
Not
Oh,
good.
really?
I used to love grabbing those.
She's a big fan.
Wait, so but back to the crux of the story here. They slam down their grabby hand?
Yeah, they slam the grabby hand down to pull the chips in towards.
I feel like that's more embarrassing to them. Like, I'm sorry, sir, that you can't reach my chips.
Well, it is, but they get a little mouthy, like I am with Hunter on a Monday night about like, hey, make sure your chips are where I can reach them, bud. And Hunter never makes the same mistake more than 3 times. And when he does, he gets the wrath.
Yeah,
Have
'cause
I?
you've been dealing.
I have been dealing. I've been, been doing pretty good. I mean, not bad.
Adapting.
You've only been at my table for like a half of a session.
Yeah,
but
and it was awesome because you were distracted and gave me chips.
yeah, I mean, I later bluffed those chips back, but yes, I did make a mistake
It's
of
still a
mucking.
welcoming gift.
Okay, Tyler, now you're gonna have to break up a fight. It was a fun Friday.
It was. It is.
No, it was.
It is.
Past participle.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler.
Oh man. Let's see here. We have James who says, I eat Culver's on Tuesdays every single Tuesday in Auburn. Good for you, James. Good man.
Gotta try the one in Hoover.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. Smuff says Kathleen Kennedy's passion project is to drive serious IPs into the ground in the twilight of her career. It seems that way. And Saybear says, by the way, the little grabby hand is a back scratcher that they use to do that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I know the exact visual.
Yeah. But
Great.
I hate the dealers who have those things because I'm never prepared for it emotionally. Like I'm in a tense hand and then all of a sudden,
It's like grabby hand.
grabby hand. And the way they do it, it's always
Like a
intense.
little production. I don't know. I would laugh.
Oh, it's tough. Anyway, let's do this. Let's get into our Meltdown Countdown today
Let's do it.
as we are set to learn even more about our favorite blonde here in studio, and that is E.G. Now,
blonde?
you're blonde?
Am I blonde? Interesting.
Are you not blonde?
No. No, I'm like somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay. Okay, once again, it was a fun Friday. I didn't realize that was, as a man, I may have made a mistake.
I
But
was confused. I was like, who is he describing?
you don't think E.G.'s a blonde?
No.
No.
Didn't you go get highlights
Yeah,
or
but
something?
getting highlights doesn't mean I'm a blonde.
Gosh.
The majority of her hair is brown.
I go through every day trying not to insult women.
Insult me. That's just fun. Like a lot of people say that I'm blonde, and I'm just like simply not.
Oh, so a lot of people do this.
But quite a few, yeah.
Thank you. That makes me feel better.
Okay.
The majority,
No.
quite a few, but not the
the
majority.
majority.
Got it. Your story's changing.
Please chat. Let me know if I'm blonde or not.
Are you? I've always considered you blonde. No,
No.
that's wrong.
No.
What is wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm not colorblind. I have blonde highlights, but like the majority of I mean, like, I had to just get them redone, but if you, like, look, I mean, that's brown.
Now that is brown, but, like,
But, like, right here,
Yeah.
yeah, that's blonde.
I think maybe it's the way the light hits it from my angle, it
Potentially.
always looks blonde.
So is Guy
Potential.
Fieri a blonde?
Guy
If,
Fieri
Absolutely.
if he gets the frosted tips,
Guy Fieri's a blonde to me.
I might be getting his hair confused with somebody
I
else.
mean, it is kinda white
He
blonde, you
doesn't
know,
have a shadow
platinum.
root. I mean, no, he does have a shadow root, so it's like
Look,
Nice.
I don't know anything about hair, okay, other than I can grow it really quickly and it gets out of control and people question whether or not I'm making good life decisions. Okay? Did somebody say something in the chat that's gonna wreck me? I bet it's Say Bear, isn't it? I'm not I didn't even I could just tell from the way I don't wanna hear it. I
Oh,
honestly, I
no,
don't wanna hear
it's
it.
good. I'm gonna say it. It's funny. Save it.
Anyway, I muted, I muted, Tyler so he couldn't no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
sorry. Broke my
Wow.
microphone.
Good.
Go ahead.
Saber says EG is a blonde like Michael B. Jordan is white. Any reaction, Tim?
What's the opposite of a fun Friday? That's what I'm having.
Abysmal Friday.
I'm having a, slightly abysmal Friday, but no, I thought it was a compliment when I said it to begin with.
It's not a compliment, nor it's not negative or positive.
Everybody's favorite blonde in studio,
Well
EG, and then it goes over to you, and you're like, clearly, if
I
you're like,
no, I wasn't
clearly, like,
offended. I'm just, like, surprised because some people think I'm blonde, some people don't. Like, I I think yeah, there's some people that
what
have
should I call you? A what?
I don't know, an EG.
Okay, an EG, but that doesn't describe a hair color. Anyway,
Daniel says, believe that genre of hair is called dirty blonde.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like, somewhere in between. It's brunette with blonde highlights.
okay.
Oh, look, oh my
Ush,
gosh!
come
Ush.
in
Wait,
here.
we
Come
need
in here.
Ush.
Come in here.
This
I
is not
also like
planned.
that Daniel called it a genre of hair.
Genre. Yeah.
Will you please sit down and help me out here? Now, don't nobody say
Okay,
anything.
okay.
We're gonna do this the right way, okay?
Okay.
Ush is here with us in studio. You can just pull that right out of the stand if you want and just talk right into it.
It's good.
Okay,
I
perfect.
think.
Ush,
Yeah.
what color is EG's hair?
EG's hair is blonde.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, really?
Yeah, not before you recently got it done. I would have said, but it's yeah.
Thank you. That solves it.
No, it doesn't. But
The
like
commissioner.
Megan's hair is like super blonde.
Megan is blonder than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that she's not blonde.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I would have. I mean, that's
But even like this, what about this? What is this color?
that's got brown in it.
I mean, like that's pretty dark right there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Ush is right. Let's go now to. I'm glad that the tie has been broken and
Yeah.
that I have been vindicated and cleared here.
I'm kind of having.
Well, what
an
did you
identity
say, Lionel?
crisis.
I said brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
See,
say brown.
I was just segueing to our Meltdown Countdown today, and I said everyone's favorite in studio blonde, EG, and she shot me a look. You know that look?
Oh, I know that look.
No,
Trust me.
Sometimes I can't control my face, but that's not a face.
I know that look all
That's
too
my
well.
feeling of not being able to control the face.
Get to say that you.
That's it.
Everyone in this room has been victim to that look.
Yeah.
That is true.
And I get this look, and I'm like, what did I say wrong? I'm like, did I call her something? Like, did I think that I said what I didn't? And I'm like,
Wrong
what's wrong?
pronouns. What did I
Exactly.
do
I was like,
here?
what's happening here? Like,
At
and
least
then-
you didn't call me Rachel Maddow.
That's a
is
good
true.
point.
That is true. Okay. Let's now. Is the chat still with us, by the way?
Gotta be.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Saber says no, Tim. You said she's a blonde. Totally different. I don't understand the distinction,
I
but
think.
I'll let you duke it out with Saber.
I think we will.
Charles does
make
say
it-
if I'm coloring her a picture, I'm grabbing a yellow crayon for her hair. Wow.
Yeah. There you go. Now people. Now
Yeah,
you know how
that
people
is
see
fair.
you.
That is an identity crisis, slightly.
There you go.
When,
You're welcome.
When Carol shows up early at for the Michael thinks early for the Christmas party, she actually showed up to break up with him. Like the party doesn't start for another 4 hours. Such a blonde.
That's a good callback. Okay. EG, what is today's
Today,
Meltdown Countdown?
Meltdown, not about hair. It's about Easter. My favorite 5 traditions of the Easter holiday.
It's a big weekend. It's an exciting one.
It
I've talked
is.
about Ush. There's a lot to be excited about. We got good movies to be excited about. We got WrestleMania to be excited about, and we've got the Easter holiday to be
I'm so
excited about.
excited that you two liked that movie so much. That makes me happy that y'all had such a good movie experience.
I have not liked a movie
Yeah,
all year
I know.
long.
I, as a faithful Meltdonian, I know this has been Streetwater sour cream for movies for you, and to have a hit. We needed a hit,
We did.
and they got a hit.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see what this list is because I love Easter, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a hot take about I love Halloween, the candy. Don't sleep on Easter candy
Amen.
because it is where it's at.
Agreed. All right. Shall we commence?
I think so.
Okay, number 5. My favorite Easter tradition. It's kind of niche, specific to my family, but you've all been there. The family chaos of trying to get the picture every year. And, sometimes it's in front of the floral cross. Sometimes it is at lunch. Sometimes it is pre-church. Sometimes it is post-church. But never fails. There's always some drama with the pastels, getting everyone a picture, everyone looking the same place. We're all nodding our head.
Sometimes you've just got to get everybody huddled up in front of the front door and just to get it done.
Just to get it done. Just to get it done. It is always and somehow an argument, yet we know we're going to take it every year.
Yeah.
What is y'all's philosophy?
Yeah, I'm just a little disappointed that you won't be in our family photo at Easter.
I know.
E.g., we spend some holidays together, and that would be you would be another piece to make our attempt even more chaotic.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. It is. Don't change yet. We haven't got our picture
Don't
yet.
change or come on, who's not ready?
Wilson, you have to put a shirt on.
Right.
Taking pictures.
Yeah. Okay, number 4, my mom plays the same song every Easter morning to wake us up.
I love this.
It is Patty is this old
Sandy Patty.
Sandy Patty.
I knew that immediately.
You did.
I mean,
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
How many times have you woken up in E.G.'s mom's home to
None.
this song?
None, but I just
Context. You have to.
I just pick up on all these things.
Got it.
So it's like or late 90s like gospel music. And Sandy Patty was a mainstay.
Sandy Patty sounds like something that they'd serve at SpongeBob's restaurant.
By late 90s, EG means mid 80s.
Really?
Yes.
It was the mid 80s?
Yeah.
Dang, she's been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodness, Bush is here to clear everything
I know.
out.
Yeah.
This is so good.
This is why he's a commissioner and you're not.
Yes. No, but it's the same song. It's entitled "Was It a Morning Like This?" And I remember it went from like a CD player to a stereo. Now it's the Alexa that plays this song, and she cranks that thing up, and that is how she's woken us up for Easter every single morning. Never
I love
fails.
that.
Do you have any fear that one year she's going to forget?
No, Lord, no. This is like her Super Bowl. She is like, oh
Not
my
just a
gosh.
no, Tim.
A
A
Lord
Lord
no.
no.
No, like this is it is she. We're all like grown adults, and she like insists that we spend the night Saturday night so she can wake us up to that tune. Yeah.
I mean, like almost every holiday that you go back home for, it's an event.
It is.
I mean, it's like you guys have a routine.
Yeah.
There are traditions
Mhm.
that will be handed down for generations.
Oh yeah.
And,
Was it a morning like this? That'll be one of them. Sandy Patty.
there you go.
Have
All
you
right.
heard that song, Ush?
I'm sure I
You
have.
have.
My mom would have been blaring it through the house on vinyl.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back,
Okay,
back in the
the late 90s.
yeah, the late 90s.
Or as we call it, the late 90s.
Number 3, Easter baskets with my siblings. My mom still does it. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on adult Easter baskets, but she gets a little overwhelmed by Christmas because that's like my dad's Super Bowl is Christmas. But Easter, there's no expectations. You know what I mean? For like the Easter baskets.
Yeah.
So she really hits home runs with stockings and Easter baskets.
Yeah.
And like very personalized. There's always like some summer things in there, like sunscreen or like, a towel, new bathing suit, that kind of thing.
My wife's very good on the stockings and the Easter baskets.
And then you do like the heavy hitters.
Nope.
Oh,
I do nothing.
oh.
She does all of it.
That's the trade off. Like there's certain trade offs.
I show up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, Tim.
There you go. I remember the first year I did not get an Easter
Mhm.
basket, and it was like, "What's happening?" Because,
Sad.
and then it was like, "Well, you're past that now."
I can still remember a Easter present that would resonate maybe with the Meltdown audience when I was a kid. Sea Spray. He was an Autobot, one of the small Autobots, and I was beyond excited to have that in my Easter basket, which was usually just candy. One year I got sea spray.
Hmm,
It's Transformer.
that's a good story.
It is.
That's a cool looking transformer.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I hadn't seen sea spray before.
Yeah, pretty good one.
E.g., let's continue down this merry road.
Number 2, the family Easter egg hunt. As I have previously stated, I'm the youngest of my siblings, yet every year it never fails. We come together at my grandma's house, and there are cash prizes in these Easter eggs, and it is a full out war. Some of these have gotten physical between me and my brothers. Now my niece Sadie can participate, and like we still participate. Like she doesn't get an advantage just because she's a year old. So
Are you doing stiff arming her? Or
I
like,
I
mean,
could see it.
is it like Peyton Manning in the SNL skit?
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, that is like the energy that this thing brings. And sometimes I'm in heels. I mean, we bring changes of clothes. It is like all out war. Now, the last couple of years, I have come up short on the monetary prize where my volume has been good, but you don't know what are in the eggs. Jake and Maddie unfortunately get to be a team, because they're married. I know, gross. So they can, consolidate funds. And Maddie won the most cash, and I was like, this sucks because Jake's winning.
You got a crippling poker addiction. You need the cash in your life.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
like, let's make this
Yeah.
happen.
I'm really excited. This Sunday, I will give you guys an update. Hopefully,
Please do.
yeah.
I want all the details.
I'm out running errands. Before coming to the studio, I literally stopped by the bank to get the
Some
exact
staples.
amounts
Yeah.
of money to put in these eggs.
Yeah.
Smart.
That is one thing
Well,
I contributed.
I was invited as a probably 9-year-old to my friend's church for an Easter egg hunt.
You were how tall at 9?
5. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was tall.
Yeah, grown up.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
was tall.
I don't even think there's no way I was even 5 feet at
Yeah.
that age.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this about me, Tyler, but I'm a giant.
Yeah.
So
Neanderthalian.
that is correct, E.G. And I believe you're half blonde.
Literally on your DNA test.
Yeah, we did a genetics
Yeah,
test,
I know about this.
and it came back half Italian, half Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
And
argue
E.G.'s picking the scab, and that was told in private, and now it's a public story.
That was shown.
No, it's fine. I have a massive foot, and Lance constantly fantasizes about carving it off and weighing it.
That
So
is true.
that's a
He's
true
reached us
story.
several times. How much would one of your feet weigh?
Super,
like if we cut
super
it off at the
normal request.
Yeah, really weird. But he's like, got to be 20 pounds, right? I don't know. Let's cut it off and see. And I'm like, I think
Pretty good Lance impression. I think you could work on that. You could have something. Yeah,
working.
that is good. That little added. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
You had a little rasp in the voice. That's good.
Yeah. He yeah. I'll work on it. I'll make sure it's
You
not.
need a lime green puffer jacket, and you're there.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's not as mean as it is in my head when I'm playing it out right now of like the excessive blinking after saying something to you that makes you question your own foundation. No, I'm kidding. Okay. The point I'm getting to is this. So I, as a 5'5" proud Meltdonian at the age of 9, go to my friend's church for the Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
I have a tremendous advantage in that I can oversee the entire
That's
landscape,
nice.
right? And I'm competing against kids in my age group, right? And they're all much more closer to the ground, which you would think in an Easter egg hunt like that helps you, right? It helps you in the short game.
But long term.
But long term, I can see like up,
Yeah.
they're hiding them all different levels. I can see like, so I dominated the
Nice.
field. And my friend was so mad because I won the grand prize of this giant Easter egg basket
Yes.
with all these goodies in there. And he never talked to me again.
Are you
Good.
serious? You
Yeah.
don't need losers in your life, so that's okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So anyway, that was that. But he cried the entire way home that I won and he did not.
What age is this?
9?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like
I am really glad you're not friends with him anymore.
Me too.
That is absurd.
That was a good exit.
he was a neighbor friend. So
This
it
is
was like,
worse.
I allowed my son to cry till he was about 1, and then I had no tolerance for tears. I was
Yep.
like, nope, we're not doing that.
so competitive Easter egg hunts,
You're no stranger to.
no stranger to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does bring out sometimes the worst in families. Let's now go to number 1,
Number
seersucker suit.
Oh, no, my brother does break out the seersuckers. I do. I mean, they're fine. I'm going to be in a bright floral dress this year. I'm sure I'll do an OOTD. Let's be honest.
I'm going to be in Roback,
Oh, yeah.
a brand new
What
Roback shirt.
code should you use?
PG20 save you 20% off your first order.
Okay.
programmed in him like
It is like
the little chip.
PG-20. I want to like when I see people wearing Roback, I like my eye twitches and I'm like
Yeah.
PG-20.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a newer tradition, but sunrise service on Easter.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't done it very often, but it's a really great way to start the day. Beautiful. Last year it was super cold though. This year it's supposed to be nice and warm.
So we have 3 services. I was just talking to Reed, the Duke of Denham, and we're going apparently to the late, but I'm serving greeting, opening the door. Wouldn't you like to see my face opening your door with a big smile
Would
on the first 2 services? So I'm getting there at like 7:30 or
but
before
don't you
then.
worry
So it'll
that
be a
people
full day.
they'll get to the door, but they'll be so enamored by you that
Yes.
like it's gonna create a log jam.
Yes.
Does that happen often?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are reading my mail. All this is true.
All right. You know, we have gotten a daily dose of Ush this week. Like we started off the program today talking about how much we loved having Ush on the program. And then magically he shows up again, even though
Well, I love what you're talking about too. I love Easter candy. So I love jelly beans. I love traditional Brock's jelly beans, which is the OG of jelly beans, and I like all of them. Yes, I like the black ones.
Oh, I don't like those.
As we talked on Pennant Grace, I like Peeps.
Mm.
I like Cadbury cream eggs.
Yum.
I like all things Easter candy. I don't ever get anything I don't like. Yeah, time out.
Peeps,
I know.
they suck.
Disgusting.
Well,
Peeps
sorry.
suck.
Ugh.
I like them.
But I mean, like
Then
You-
give them to me.
we did, and you destroyed them. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw you act out your love.
So I ate most of them, and I kept one row, but it was uncovered. You know, the plastic was off, and I just left it out on Lionel's desk.
Or like
And so they were like, yeah, hard as a rock. I still finished them off.
The amount of people who came in and goes, "Who's been eating Peeps?" I mean, it was like you had to start launch an investigation.
Okay, hot take. Peeps are better than Twinkies.
No,
Whoa, I wouldn't go there. I love Twinkies,
I
man.
hate Twinkies.
Love them.
Ew.
okay.
What is not to love about a Twinkie?
I'm not crazy about Twinkies, but Peeps aren't even edible.
I like the
It's
sugar on the outside.
disgusting.
E.g., what color is a Twinkie?
Tan?
I would say blonde,
I would say it's blonde, pretty blonde.
pretty blonde.
Like
Maybe
Yeah.
you have just like a color deficiency of being able to tell.
Gee, Twinkies are great.
no, I can't.
Okay, all
The
right.
Christmas tree cakes or Easter egg cakes are good.
Yeah,
Gosh, Jay choosing violence in the chat
What do you
today.
say?
about Peeps.
A peep and a shot of milk after each one.
Wow.
That sounds
Oh no.
awful.
Might try that, Jay.
See how deep you can go without them coming up.
Ew.
Gosh, I'm sure your wife is a big fan of you, Jay. That is, I don't even know if you're married, but I would assume after this comment you're not. But no, Jay, appreciate you being here. I'm sorry, we got too real there. Once again, that's going to do it for our Easter edition of. I almost said the Pennant Grace because it feels like a extended Pennant Grace here.
We're all one big happy family.
Are.
We are. You guys are live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, some shows don't have the guts to go live. That's not the case with the Pennant Grace.
No, we're there, rain or shine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Despair, depression.
Live and in living color. Sometimes EG can't make it. She's coming back or still in Tuscaloosa or Auburn. That doesn't stop
It
us.
doesn't. Yeah.
And we got Lionel, Scott Forrester, and Thursday, Tim Melton behind the glass. So we got an all-star cast that makes it happen.
There we go. I'm rooting for you guys, and you know, I'd like to see you have some winning baseball to discuss here
Be
very
nice.
soon.
Would be. We would probably have more fun, but we're still having fun.
Be nice. That's true. We always have fun together.
Being in denial is fun.
It is.
But anyway, that's going to do it for us. Bush, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
Tyler,
Tim.
thank you so much. We want to remind you, head on over to our title sponsor. That is MyBookie at mybookie.ag. You can bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. They're at MyBookie. Make sure you use promo code NEXTROUND, all one word there. 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000 plus that $10 casino chip there at mybookie.ag. And we appreciate everybody's favorite blonde here in studio. That would be EG. That will continue to be something that is said here, I promise, to the point where you'll be dyeing your
Yeah.
hair black before it's
Yeah.
all over with, probably just to get me to stop saying it.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Um, Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. It is going to be a lovely one. Hope you get to enjoy it with family and friends. And we will see you again very soon. We'll have our Sinners spoiler review out there for you this weekend to enjoy. Hope you have a wonderful weekend from everybody here at the Meltdown.